All right, it is May 9th. It is Mother's Day weekend. I am Ken Gear, bringing you Driftless Ventures, where I'm bringing you my adventures from the driftless area in south central Wisconsin. And today we are mushroom hunting. Conditions are just about perfect in areas. I just made it out here, but I wanted to take a moment to show you because there's 4 types of trees in Wisconsin that mushrooms favor. The most common, the most popular that I found in the area where I hunt is the red elm for sure. And these guys that you see up here behind me, this is a poplar tree. And this is one of probably the second best, I would say, mushrooms like in south central Wisconsin. Easy to identify. They're one of the first ones to leaf out, and they have this really smooth bark, and they almost have a white appearance. They're not a birch tree, it's not white, but it's really light in color, real smooth bark. And what the mushrooms like about these trees is the poplar tree likes more moist soil, and we've had pretty good conditions. The temperature's up, but now the rain's quit, so the soil's a little more moist on the north hillside around these poplar trees. That's my guess, and that's where I'm hunting because the conditions are going to be the best. Those 3 conditions are you're going to need temperature. You're going to need soil temperature at 55 degrees. That usually equates to about a 60 to 70 degree temperature, air temperature out here for us. They have to have moisture, and they have to have the right nutrients. And when you get all the combination, that perfect temperature with the moisture and the perfect nutrition, that's when they germinate and sprout, come on. So what they like about poplar trees, number 1, is the moist soil. I'm on a north hillside, like I said, so the soil's a little more moist here. Temperature's about perfect. It's been a little cool at night, but temperature's just, it's right there. So what I'm doing is I'm getting around these poplar trees, and what they like is if you see down here in the ground all the dying sticks, and they're starting to decay and rot down, and that's where some of the nutrition comes from. I thought I just seen a mushroom over here. Sorry. That's where the right nutrition comes from. So that's what I'm doing. We're gonna spend the afternoon here. I got a couple hours. I got a good poplar grove here. I'm gonna check around and see what I come up with. But I just wanted to give you a little info on the poplar tree and what it looks like. I know they like poplar trees because it's been many years back. In this poplar grove, we found 10 pounds of mushrooms. So they like to grow here. They have in the past. But if you're a mushroom hunter, they don't always grow the same place twice. Sometimes you can go back the following year and find a few. Sometimes you go back and never find a mushroom. Yeah, that's mushroom hunting. But yeah, so I'm going to see what I can find, and hopefully I can report some morels of some kind. How cool is that? One of the perks to morel mushroom hunting is laying about 5 feet from me. And I'm going to share this guy with you. There is one of the beautiful perks of morel mushroom hunting. It's on Mother's Day weekend. It's May 9th. I've always marked May 9th, or Mother's Day weekend, is when the does have their fawns. I'm out morel mushroom hunting, and I kind of wondered if I was going to see one today. It's always a blessing. He is a little buck. He's got little nubs on his head. I would say he's probably about 2 days old. Just a word of caution, when these guys are newborn, just been born. I'd say this guy's 2 days old, but when they're a newborn, they can be wobbly legged. They can come right over to you like your mom. Try not to touch them, and just leave them be, because mom will be back for this guy here in a little bit, as soon as I leave. But try not to touch them, enjoy them, take some pictures. And gosh, I just thought I'd share this with you guys. Just great. It's made my whole day. I haven't found a mushroom yet, and that's okay. I found a beautiful fawn. So just wanted to share with you guys. And yeah, get out mushroom hunting and enjoy some of those benefits, because I'm just soaking it in. Doesn't happen very often. Usually once a year I come across a fawn. I guess today's today. It's awesome. Love it. We'll see you, buddy. Okay guys, we're gonna end the first day of mushroom hunting here. I spent about 3.5 hours back in here in the poplar grove looking for mushrooms. It's too dry. Like I said, all three of those conditions have to be just perfect, and it's too dry here. So we're gonna get out again tomorrow. I'm gonna head into probably some creek bottoms or some drainages where I know it's a little more moist, and see what we come up with there. But didn't find a mushroom, but man, we had a cool experience with a fawn, and it was just awesome. Made my whole day, made my whole week. It's just great to find those fawns, and it don't happen all the time. But man, what an experience. It was a great day. Okay. It's probably about 8:30 in the morning, and I'm starting to get a little excited. As you can see, I come up in here. My thought was where I was yesterday, it was a little too dry. I come in here and the foliage in the background looks perfect. I'm starting to find mushrooms already, starting to get excited. Two trees that I'm looking for right now are dead elm that the bark is just falling off from, and these guys you see behind me, they're poplar trees. There are 4 types of trees in Wisconsin that mushrooms favor. In my opinion, from my experience, the dead elm tree that the bark's just fallen off from, these poplar trees you see in the background behind me are probably the number 2. There are ash trees that they grow around on occasion. And the 4th is, believe it or not, apple trees. Those are the 4 types of trees that I'm looking for. Today it's going to be dead elm and these poplars. They're probably the 2 most common in south central Wisconsin where I'm at today. So I'm getting excited. I just got in here. Conditions look good. It's early morning. I've got all day. My morel mushroom alarm's going off in my head. Beep, 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 beep. I'm really excited. I'm pretty sure we're going to find some morel mushrooms today, but we'll see if my theory's correct. This is our second day. I'm in a poplar grove, and looks really favorable here. Where we were yesterday was too dry. Here, the moisture is here. 3 components you got to have for morel mushrooms to germinate, and these conditions have to all line up. You have to have a soil temperature of 55 degrees, which is usually 60 to 70 degrees air temperature for us. You have to have moisture. You have to have the right amount of moisture. You want the soil moist, but not too wet. And then you have to have the right nutrients. The nutrients comes from poplar trees, the decaying sticks and the dead stuff that rots down is where the nutrients come from that they need. Favorable looks really favorable here. I can tell that we have the moisture. I know the nutrients is here, but what about the soil temperature? If you guys follow me at all, you know that I carry a Kuyu Stalker pack here, and in that pack I have my emergency kit. I have, emergency stuff you need: rope, knife, compass, first aid kit. I always carry it with me out here. And part of that kit is this little thermometer down here. And I have GPS on my phone, but if my phone goes down, when I get out in these big woods and it starts to get dark, if I lose the sun, I know where I'm going, but it's just, I question myself. So I always have a compass with me, and I have used it once this year. I had a rainstorm coming in, and my battery on my phone died, and I wanted to make sure I got back as quick as I could. So I had to use it. But on that little compass, there is a thermometer. And that thermometer, I have decided to take a break here. And I've taken that thermometer, that little thermometer that's in that compass, and I've stuck it right on the soil. And I'm going to get it about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'm going to check to see what the surface soil temperature is. A lot of times you can get in spots like this where you found them, or the year before they were everywhere, and you come back in here and they're not here. Well, it's not. It's just the conditions aren't correct, and that will change from year to year depending on the rain you get, the actual temperature. So a thermometer like this may be overkill, and really that's just an air temperature thermometer, just for survival purposes if you get lost out here or whatever. But I find it works well just to put on the soil to check the soil temperature. It's not going to be 100% correct, but it'll get me in the ballpark. So I know if, for instance, if the soil temperature was 40 degrees here, well, I'm kind of wasting my time here because it's too cold. The soil's too cold. So that's what I'm doing, is checking the soil temperature. If its soil temperature is correct, there's got to be a mushroom here somewhere. Maybe it's just hopeful thinking, but I'm checking this the soil temperature here, and I'm going to pick this up. And it's a little hard to read. Soil temperature is 60 degrees. So, conditions here got to be just about perfect. There's got to be a mushroom here somewhere. But just wanted to give you guys maybe that little piece of advice. I've had this little thing since I was a teenager. This thing has went on multiple elk hunting trips in the Rockies. It went to Hawaii with me on a ram hunt. It's traveled a lot of miles, and I always carry it with me. It's just, I bet you this thing is probably $3 at the time I bought it when I was a teenager. But I still carry it with me, and I'm still using it because the little thermometer there, it kind of gives me the, basic temperature of the soil. So I am in the right spot. Conditions are absolutely perfect here. Let's go see if we can find a mushroom. It is May 10th. It is Mother's Day weekend. Um, been out morel mushroom hunting this weekend. I got about 8 hours this weekend out hunting, um, empty-handed. Haven't found a morel mushroom. Found lots of different mushrooms, but no morels. Conditions probably aren't quite right yet. Maybe a little warmer temperature. I'm going to give it a little time. I'm going to give it a few days here, let things warm up. We're supposed to get warmer temperatures coming and try it again. That's why they call it hunting. It's not harvesting, it's morel mushroom hunting. And you have to hunt for them, and you certainly can't harvest them if they're not up. So, either the conditions aren't quite right, maybe my eyesight's not quite what it used to be. But I'm pretty sure my eyesight's good enough. I should have found something. Um, but I'm going to keep looking here on my way out of the woods. But, maybe we'll come up with something. But by the looks of it, conditions just aren't right. Um, but it's been a great weekend. We found a newborn buck fawn. That's always fun. That's always exciting to see that new life, and being able to share that with you guys is just great. It's just awesome to be able to be out here and enjoy God's creation, and see all the new life that's coming with the flowers and the baby fawns. It's just awesome being out here. The morel mushrooms are just a bonus. Um, so no bonus this weekend on the morel mushrooms, but walking away with a good weekend in the woods. And I look forward to getting out here in a few days again and giving it another shot.